When I first started going to Vegas, as a Brit, there were so many things that I had to take into consideration. For example, trying not to get arrested for jaywalking, through to getting my head around the tipping culture. But one of the things that I didn't consider was casino loyalty programs. So in today's video, I'm going to break down MGM Rewards. I'm going to show you the makeup, I'm going to show you how you earn points, I'm going to show you how I maximize those perks and those rewards, and I'll share with you some of the mistakes that I've made along the way.
This is how we Vegas, shining like we're famous. Bet it all, no regrets, living lives, place your bets. From the strip to the desert moon, we don't stop, we don't sleep soon. This is how we Vegas.
What is MGM Rewards?
I think of MGM Rewards as the nectar card of Las Vegas. But instead of getting 20p off my meal deal, I'm getting free rooms, I'm getting upgrades, I'm getting no resort fees. In Vegas, MGM Rewards can be used in all of the MGM hotels and casinos. So that's Bellagio, Aria, Vdara, Cosmopolitan, Park MGM, the Reserve at Park MGM, New York, Excalibur, Luxor, Mandalay Bay, the W, MGM Grand, and the signatures at MGM Grand. There is two different types of points within the program that we need to be aware of. Firstly, tier credits. This is what determines our status or the level that you are at within the program. There's also then rewards points. These are spendable points, comp points.
What are the levels?
Okay, the makeup of MGM Rewards. There's 5 different levels or statuses. Firstly, when you join the program, you'll start at Sapphire. So it's a bit like Tesco Club Card. You've joined, not a great deal happens. If you get enough tier credits, you'll then move on to Pearl. This is like Club Card Plus. Now there's a few perks. Moving on up again though, move up to Gold. It could be argued that Gold is the sweet spot of the program because a lot more perks come in. However, if you get up to Platinum, even more perks. Almost start feeling VIP or VIP light. But then the 5th and final level is by invitation only. That's called Noir. And let's face it, if you're Noir, you're not watching this video.
How do I earn tier credits and points?
So earning points then, there are so many ways that points can be earned, whether they be tier credits or indeed reward points. But as a Brit, I'm not eligible for all those different ways of earning points. For example, MGM has its own credit card. I'm not eligible for that. So again, as a Brit, there's probably 3 different main ways that I can earn points. Firstly, gambling. Whether that's on the machines, you put your money in, make sure your card is registered, and it's all to do with coin in. Not the physical amount of money that you put into a machine, but how many times you recycle that. So it's all about coin in. But on the tables, you can earn points on the tables as well, but this time it's all to do with your average bet size and how long that you are playing. So yes, you do earn points on the tables, but not at the same level as what you do on the slots. The second way then is if you book direct with MGM, the cost of your hotel room and indeed resort fees will get you points. And then the third and final way is hotel spend. Whenever I'm in Vegas, if I'm going out for dinner, I'm going out to get a drink, I'm going to the spa, I'm booking a show, whatever it may be, I am charging things back to my room. That way, that is to me is the most reliable way of making sure those points that I've earned from spending in the MGM property is going onto my account. You can just physically show your card. Let's say at the box office booking a show, you booking whichever show it may be, you show your player's card there. The staff member will then link the cost of that show to your account. I just find it more reliable and easier to charge it back to my room. So there's the 3 ways of earning points.
What are some of the perks?
Okay, perks. Again, I see on social media quite often, is it worth signing up to these programs? I'm always going to say yes, as anybody that goes to Vegas on a regular or irregular basis will always say yes. So what are the perks? So at Sapphire, as I say, entry level, not a great deal of perks there. You join the program, you'll get 5% off the retail or participating retail shops within the hotels. Agreed, not much, but we all have to start somewhere. At Pearl, that 5% then becomes 10% off at the participating retail shops. But much more importantly, free parking. For anybody that's hired a car out in Vegas, you know that those daily parking fees add up very quickly. Okay, at Gold, as mentioned earlier, it could be argued this is the sweet spot of MGM Rewards. So still 10% off at participating retail shops, still your free parking. However, the big one, no resort fees. The priority side of Vegas life starts coming in here. Priority check-in lines, potentially. Potentially also room upgrades. We've all heard about the $20 trick. I see it all the time on social media. Is it worth trying it? If you are Gold, that should automatically come. If there's upgrades available, you should automatically get those upgrades or offered those upgrades. If you've looked at the perks, benefits on the MGM website, you'll see at Gold that there is an annual cruise. So this is something new that MGM brought in 2025. However, as a Brit, we are not eligible. But what you are eligible for is the celebration credit. So if you hit Gold, go to the rewards desk, they will load $100, this celebration credit, $100 celebration credit onto your MGM Rewards card. So this is loaded as rewards points, so it is fully spendable. Moving on to Platinum though. So all the perks that you had at Gold, you still have at Platinum. But in addition, I mentioned earlier about VIP starts getting kicked in. VIP, almost VIP everything. Certainly at check-in lounges, at queues for the rewards desk, the cashier's cage. You'll see that there's platinum lines there. No cost involved with that, but it's just that feeling. It's just life's easier. But monetary wise, again, annual cruise. There's a longer cruise available to platinum members. Again, still as a Brit, still not eligible. But what I am eligible, celebration credit. So it was $100 at Gold. This time at Platinum, it's another $200 celebration credit. It's loaded the same way onto my card as a rewards points. And then another financial perk is up to $600 airfare credit. So when I hit Platinum last year, went to the rewards desk, took with me proof of purchase of my flight, which was obviously over $600, and then they just ask you how you want that $600. Do you want it loaded onto your rewards card as rewards points, or do you want it as free play? I will always take it as free play. So there's some of the main perks of the first 4 levels. I'm not going to go into Noir. So how do I feel that I am maximising MGM Rewards or the perks? I've already alluded to it. I charge everything to my room. Food, drinks, spas, shows, entertainment, whatever it may be, I charge it back to my room. The reason I do that is, as I said, it's the most reliable way of all my points, all my tier credits being tracked correctly. Next way of maximising it is use your card when you are gambling. If you're on a machine, insert your card into the machine. Make sure it is reading your card. If it's not showing up on the little screen that it's your name's on there, it's not reading it. Take the card out, put it back in. If you're on the tables, the dealer should ask you for your card. Make sure that's past the pit boss, and they'll just register your play. Booking of a hotel. Again, I see this all the time on social media, especially on the UK social media groups. Should I book direct? Should I book through a package holiday? I personally book direct. If I'm paying for a room, then I'll book direct. I'm getting those points back directly. Depends on how long I'm going for, what type of room, whether it's fully comped or not. But if I'm paying for a room, I book direct, so I get those points. And the last way that I'll mention then in this maximising rewards is keeping an eye on my daily tier credits. So utilising the MGM app on my phone. So when I'm out and about, I'm gambling, I'm dining, I'm having a drink, whatever it is, I'm keeping one eye on how many tier credits I've earned that day because of daily accelerator bonuses. They make a huge difference to you achieving whatever aim it is, whatever goal it is that you're achieving. So keep an eye on those. They all seem quite tiny habits, but they can make a huge difference. Moving on to some of the mistakes that I've made over the years and over the visits that I've done. Firstly then, thinking that wins and losses make a difference. They absolutely don't. It is all about your coin in. Now, I've had some trips where I've won and I thought, oh, I won't bother going to ask if there's any back-end comps I can do. They're not going to do anything if I've won. How wrong was I? It is all about coin in. So wins and losses make no difference. Not using my player's card. So when I first started going to Vegas, I used to forget more times than I remembered to put it into the machine. 99% of the times now, I do remember to use the card. I'm more likely to leave it in the machine. When I go to the next one, go to put my card in, have to go back and go and get it. So forgetting to use your card, not using your card, no, try not to do that. When I first started getting comps, I used to think, oh, this is Vegas. Vegas loves me. They're going to give me some free stuff. I've already paid for that comps, indirectly from previous visits. You've already paid for them, so therefore it is not free. One that I've done, and we're probably all guilty of this, is overestimating how much we've actually gambled. So going back to, let's say $200, over whichever session, I know physically I put $200 into a machine, but how many times have I recycled that through? In my head, I might be thinking, oh, my coin in might be $800, but in reality, it's $400, it's $500, whatever it may be. So that's a bit of a mistake there as well. However, the way we get around this, MGM app, it comes into its own on there. Keep an eye on that.
Should you chase status?
Absolutely not. You should not chase status. Just gamble and spend at a level that you are comfortable with. Whatever that level is, comps will come. Just enjoy those comps as they come. However, if you're like me, you love Vegas. You're going to keep going back to Vegas. You enjoy a bit of a flutter. As long as you stay within your means, then why not? Why not chase that free parking at Pearl? Why not chase those extra perks at Gold if you are close enough to it? Don't go into the year thinking, I'm going to hit platinum. Whatever will come, will come. Okay, and if there's any questions, about MGM Rewards, if you're new to the MGM Rewards program, drop them in the comments. If I can help, I certainly will do. But thanks for watching. If you made it this far, why not give me a subscribe if you're not already doing so? Drop me a like, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye-bye.